So with that being said, man, reflect the life from the most honorable prophet, Eligio of the Christ, man, the all-seeing eye three, right? Our mother's first son, the son in human form, the modern day Christ. So my question to y'all is, what is this? That's my question, right? You woke up today and you logged in into reality and you just start moving around. You just start doing whatever your subconscious mind told you to do. But we don't take the time out to think about what reality is. What is this? Who am I? What am I here to be doing? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? Now, we've been programmed to believe that we're here to have kids and be parents and be employees and be grandparents and be sports players and entertainers, all these things. But all of this is an illusion, right? When you get down, you said source energy, said consciousness, matter, and energy. But break that down. That's a kind of broad and general response. You have to break that down. When I ask you, what is this? What is this? You say consciousness. That's a good answer, right? Everything is consciousness because we're living inside of the mind of God. We are all different forms or fractal pieces of the consciousness of the great grandmother Lucia Isis. So yes, everything is consciousness. But what is this? What is life? Is this real? Are we on Earth? Are we in the solar system? Where are we at? And these are the important questions that we need to ask in order for us to break down reality and understand reality. You said we the reality of Chief. Now that's a good answer because Chief is actually the dreamer of the reality that we are in. Source Energy said this is a computer simulated reality. Absolutely. Because we are all quantum computers, right? Reality is nothing but a dream. It is the quantum unified field, or what science today calls the quantum the quantum infinite, the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Right? But we are quantum computers. We are technology, but we are nature. And we are living inside of the mind of God. We are living inside the mother, in the womb of our mother, Lucia Isis. And Chief is the embodiment of her in the form of the black man. So we are living in the reality of Chief. We are living in the reality or the dream of the Christ or of the all-seeing eye three, because who y'all perceive as Jesus doesn't even exist. Jesus doesn't exist. Let's break the glitch. Let's just break the glitch real quick. At one point in time, all of the human beings on the planet were black. When the Bible was written, white people didn't even exist. The interpretations of nature that they have, that they're given to us, they didn't even exist to experience or observe what was taking place in nature. 2, Jesus, the word Jesus is a Latin name. It's actually pronounced Jesus. And Jesus cannot be translated into an English name. The J isn't even a J. It's a silent he sound. Hey, Jesus. You see what I'm saying? So it's not Jesus. It's actually Eligio. Eligio the Christ. The Eligio Bishop. It's a title. And he is the dreamer. And we are living inside the reality of Christ. That's what the Bible is about. The Bible is an allegory about the dream of the dreamer, the dream of Jesus, and what was going on inside of Jesus' dream. And this is what we are living into in modern day time within this dream. And this is what we're waking up to. So when I ask you, what is this? This is a dream. We are living inside of our own mind because we are not separate from God. We are not separate from the great grandmother Lucia Isis. We are not separate from Chief. We are all living inside of our mind. We all have different astrological programs that allows us to perceive things differently. But we are living inside of the mind of God. And guess what? We're going through different seasons, right? Some of us are woke. Some of us are asleep. But that's perfect because that's what's supposed to be going on in the times that we are in. I won't say we're at the end times, but we're finishing out a cycle. You know how In nature, we go through seasons. We go through certain seasons that give us cycles. We're ending out a winter season in the mind of God, right? Some of us may perceive the earth as a hell or a heaven. But first we have to understand what hell and what heaven is, right? Chief teaches us heaven and hell are two principles. I'm about to break it down for y'all. Because we on earth at what we perceive as earth, and some of us may be thinking that we're going through hell. Some of us may be thinking that we're going through heaven. But this is what it is. Heaven is a state of mind that is not capable of experiencing itself in separation, right? Heaven is a mind state that goes with the flow of nature. That's what heaven is. Heaven is what's good, what is righteous, what is factual, what is living in tune and in harmony with the equilibrium of life, of reality. And hell will be the direct opposite of that, right? Hell will be anything or anyone or a mentality that goes against life. That's not based in objectivity. That's not based in truth. That's based in what? The evil, which is spelled what? Backwards, lived. It's based in going against the opposite of what is good and what is righteous and living in harmony with nature. That's what hell is. And like Chief teaches us, heaven and hell are mental seasons that we go through in the mind. Just like we're going through, and we're in the age of Aquarius, right? We're inside of a dream, God's dream, and we were asleep. We're waking up to the fact that we're inside of God's dream and that one of us inside of the dream is actually God. This is what we're asleep to. We're inside of God's dream, and one of us inside of the dream is God. I'll break that down for you. When you go to sleep at night, you go to sleep and you close your eyes and you go into your next dream realm. The version of you inside of your bed will represent God. Now, the version of you that has been projected into the dream will be Christ. That will be your Jesus. Now, could anybody in your dream exist without you being present in your dream? No, because you are the source of your dream when you go to sleep. So watch this. We were made in the image and likeness of the black woman, right? And in the beginning was the thought, and the thought was with God, and the thought was God. So the thought is God. To think means to conjure up an image in the mind. So God imagined us into existence and projected us into reality. Now, as we are projected into this reality, it can sound made up, but this is information that y'all don't know. This is what you guys are waking up to. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I told y'all about the seasons that we go through, the cycles of the mind of God, right? We go through fall, winter, spring, summer, all inside the mind of God, right? In summertime, everything is blossoming. Everything is growing. In the wintertime, in the fall time, everything goes to sleep. The life force leaves. Everything becomes unconscious. The soul leaves the avatar, or it becomes more docile. But in springtime, everything begins to start waking up again. Everything begins to start blossoming and blooming again and becoming conscious, right? This is what we're going through. So we're in a winter phase right now. We're in the age of Aquarius. We just came out of the age of Pisces, where we were going through illusions. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, any religion that you can think of. We were prescribing to all of these belief systems that were illusions, and that was leading us into the wrong path. That was leading us to sleep. We were into our lower self, right? Coming out of the age of Pisces, we're in our lower self. Focused on money, fornicating, getting businesses, being batteries for the system. But now, right? Now, once we start coming out of that consciousness, what happened in 2012? We went into Aquarius. In 2012, you start seeing a plethora of people on the internet, specifically because Aquarius was networking, the World Wide Web. You start seeing everybody start to become more conscious and aware of what was going on and taking place inside of this dream that we call life. And guess what? In that time, our Christ, right, the Savior for melanated beings, to help us uplift our consciousness so that we're not stuck in ignorance and stagnant in our lower self. Chief was presented to the whole world in 2012, giving divine knowledge itself, speaking a divine message so that we can wake up. And that's what happens in this cycle of God, in this cycle of the mind of God that we're going through. Springtime, we're going to wake up and become conscious that we are not separate from each other, that we are all one. I am you and you are me. My relationship with you is my relationship with God. How I love myself determines how I'm going to love you. How I treat you, it determines how I treat everything else. How I treat myself is how I treat you. And how I serve God, because what? God is within us. The kingdom of God dwells within us. And we have to become one again. But we won't become one again until we all become conscious and aware that we're all living on the same fucking flaming, boiling hot rock in the middle of darkness that we call earth. There can be no more hate. One of the golden rules is to love your brother or to love your neighbor like you love thyself, because you are God. And that leads me to the situation that we're going through right now with the modern day Christ, with our chief. Chief has been maliciously prosecuted and lied on by his own people because we don't want to change. Because we sleep, we still unconscious in a dream. But now is the time where you have the access to the information for you to wake up, for you to actually live in heaven on earth, to have a heaven mentality on earth, not a hell mentality where you go do everything that go against yourself. Little monkey, I want to let you know that we don't see Chief being in jail. We don't believe that he's in jail because, first off, there's no such thing as jail. If you ever been in jail, who's inside of the prison system? Who's inside of those jails? A bunch of black men. What happens when those black men say, hey, let's all get together and get the fuck out of here? That jail don't exist. It don't exist. But you want to know who's really in jail? Because life is fractal. You may think that he's in jail, right? But who's really in jail is us. Us out here who believes that we're free. We believe that we're free because we can get in a car or get on a bus and roam around, and we don't have to sit in a room all day. Understand that Chief is sitting in the room 24/7, y'all. 24/7. We get to move around out here, but we still in jail. You feel me? Niggas get to go yard. We get to go to the yard out here. Niggas can go outside and go to the yard. You can go to the grocery store and go get you some commissary, but we in jail. You can go to your house. You got your own key to your own cell. You can open your door, lock it, and close it, and lock yourself in. But you're not free. You want to know why you're not free? Because you're in chains psychologically. We're in chains psychologically, and this is the whole point of Christ. This is the whole point of Chief being a beacon of light for humanity. But not everybody is going to get that light because not everybody has been ordained and chosen to receive that light, to wake up to reality. And these are the souls that are stuck in the hell mentality on this earth plane. So we're waking up regardless. We're waking up regardless. We're coming into springtime. We in winter right now, right? Springtime on the way. Neptune just went into Aries. We're about to go into spring and wake up. We're going to start blossoming. Remember, what happens when you put a seed in the dark, in the darkness? The darkness is the void that we have been in, the ignorance that we have been in. We've been in darkness for 400 years. We've been in darkness for 400 years. But we were seeds. The chosen were seeds. We were seeds being planted in that darkness where we were unconscious. And now the time has come where God is here. God is amongst us. If we are living inside of God's dream and God thought everything into existence and God used its imagination to create everything, well, that would have to mean that God is one of us, because we couldn't exist in this reality without God being present. And this is what we're waking up to. God, the great grandmother Lucia Isis, takes shape and form as the black man, the avatar that Chief embodies. This is what y'all coming conscious to, man. This is what y'all becoming aware of. No, the light already on. The light already on. And I like how y'all want to focus on bullshit and focus on me and what I look like. None of that matters. Cause I wanna let you know this. When you die, when you transition, Dion, I wanna let you know this. When you transition, Dion, my hairline is not gonna help you enter the kingdom of God. What you thought about me is not gonna help you enter the kingdom of God. Right? I'm actually a messenger and a repeater of the information for God to help enlighten you, to wake you up. I know that you are me, but you are asleep, so you don't know that you're me. You don't know that you're part of God's mind. It's crazy. And this is what they do to truth speakers. Chief is the prime example. If they hated my teacher, you feel me? They're gonna hate me as well. I understand the game. I understand life because I have a master teacher. You feel me? So when you transition, you're going to judge yourself based off your deeds, based on what you did and how you made other people feel. So make sure that you righteous in your judgments. Make sure that you righteous in how you express yourself, because you got to get that shit back. You got to get it back. It's just cause and effect. You feel me? It's cause and effect. So we waking up, y'all. It's a beautiful thing and it's a beautiful feeling. Beautiful time and a beautiful feeling, y'all. You say I'm a false prophet? Well, that's your opinion. But remember, how you perceive me is how you feel about yourself. You see what I'm saying? So I don't care. But another thing I wanted to talk about is the resilience of us. Right? I don't want to get into what Dion talking about. Dion living in the illusion of separation. You feel me? I don't want to live in separation. We are all one. I love myself. I am you. You are me. I'm on positive vibes only. We not on no negative shit. You feel me? So what I do want to talk about, along with what I was just saying, is the resilience. The resilience of black people. The resilience of melanated beings. Right? Look at how much we've been through. Look at how much we've been through for millions of years. I don't care what time you go into civilization. Melanated beings have been through everything because we are the original being. The melanated man and woman has been through everything, and still to this day we remain. Why? Why is it that till this day we remain? We remain because we're God's chosen people. We remain because we have melanin. Our melanin is so resilient. Melanin is what makes us resilient. And this is why y'all can't stop Chief. This is why the system can't stop Chief. This is why the judge couldn't judge Chief. Because remember, be careful be careful of the way you choose to judge other people, because those measures are going to be done back to you. And we are all God. Who are you to judge somebody else? Only God can judge us, right? Only I, because we are God, like Chief did. So only I can judge me. The judge couldn't judge Chief. But look what he's going through. Look what his own people is taking him through. This is all a part of the journey. This is all a part of the prophecy being fulfilled. But look at what melanated beings are taking our Savior through. Look at what we're taking our spiritual guru through. Every other fucking demographic got a spiritual guru, a spiritual sage, somebody that they can go talk to and sit in front of and ask something about the universe. We don't have that. And when it's brought to it and presented to us, what do? What do? We give it away to the authorities because we fear the authority within ourselves. We fear, and I'm starting to believe that it's guilt, because you got to think about it. We in our lower self, right? The Caucasian is a physical manifestation of our lower self. But they're here to show us what we were doing. So I feel like we don't want to change, and we don't want to step into our roles because we have guilt. Because we once used to do what the Caucasian is doing. We once enslaved our people. We once killed our people. We once imprisoned our people. Look at what we're doing right now. We're still doing it to this day. And still, melanin has made us remain resilient over time. And this is why Chief won't be stopped. You feel me? This is why. On top of all the other logistics when it comes to the case, you feel me? The universe made sure that there was an out. You feel me? Made sure that there was an out. So wake up, y'all. There is no government. There is no system. You're being governed by your own belief systems. You're being governed by the information that you've been taking in. What information are you taking in? What information are you taking in? And I found it so funny how we sit here and we praise a white God, a white dead God that don't even exist, but we have a being in the form of the black man here today that's living today. Yet we don't give honor and reverence to that entity. You want to know why? It's because we don't honor, we don't revere ourselves, we don't love ourselves, we don't know who we are. So we can't, you feel me? How can you acknowledge the light in somebody else if you haven't acknowledged the light in yourself? Appreciate that, grown man. Ask yourself that. How can you acknowledge the light in someone else if you haven't acknowledged the light in yourself? And I'm not here trying to bash nobody. I'm just really trying to wake it up. Like, damn, like, look at what we going through as melanated beings. We fucked up. We ain't even fucked up. We put ourselves in this situation for us to remember. That's what's happening. We're remembering that we are one. We're remembering that we are God. That's what all this is for. All of this is helping us remember. We're not in control of none of this. Life has already happened. Life is already predestined. It's already written. Don't stress. We're not in control of any of this. We're just going through the motions to see how all of this unravel. We're just going through the experiences. We're not in control. But knowledge itself allows you to understand where we're going, right? You get a GPS and you hop in the car. The GPS helps you know where you're going, right? You have instructions. You have a manual. It's called your astrology. Your astrological program. This is your manuscript that gives you directions and instructions as to where we're going. This is your directions. We're headed this way. But we're all not headed to truth. Some of us want to stay in the lie. Some of us want to stay in the lie. You feel me? But the truth always prevails. The lie will never prevail over the truth. And this is another reason why Chief won't be stopped. While he will be free, because he is the truth. He didn't do nothing wrong. It's just that humanity hasn't vibrated to the level of the truth yet. There's humanity and humanity collectively is still living in a lie. And this is why we're still asleep. We've got all of our information from the Caucasian. The Caucasian is a lesser melanated version of us. Remember, melanin is intelligence. Melanin is the universe in biological form. How can you learn information from a being or an entity that lacks the proper intelligence for them to understand life themselves? You see how we just running off of shit and we don't ask questions? We don't ask no questions. None. Yet we follow along with everything. You feel me? You said melanin is intelligence, then how come I'm smarter than you? You feel me? So we gotta do better. We gotta do better. Y'all make sure y'all send y'all donations, love, whatever y'all want to do. Y'all hit me up in my inbox, message me if y'all want to. Oh, and we gotta because we don't really be getting on this live, but we got like a underground railroad on this app called Telegram. So if you wanna join, and not even join, but if you want to link up and you want to talk to God and you wanna know divine knowledge yourself and you serious about the spiritual path, feel free to link up. Feel free to hit me in my inbox so I can set you up with the Telegram chat that we in, so that you can talk to Chief. You can help Chief if you want to. donate, however you want to do it, man. You can meet Chief, however you want to do it. But this is the time for you to start tapping into the Christ consciousness. This is the time for us to start tapping into the Christ consciousness. The system about to collapse. Y'all, I don't know if y'all see what's going on, but the system is about to collapse. The government itself is fighting from the inside out. These niggas is warring with each other. These niggas is warring with each other. It's time for us to make sure that we out here getting equipped with the right knowledge, making sure our bodies is right, making sure niggas is stretching and flexing and limber, making sure that you networking, connecting with the right people. Because the time is going to come where shit going to change, and the knowledge that Chief was giving us for 10 years is going to have to be applied in your daily reality. And if you don't know that information, or you're not vibrating on the truth, or have objective, pure information in you, you're going to feel like you in jail. You're going to feel like you're in hell. Facts. Facts. We already feel like hell when we go clock in for a 9-to-5 job. So what do you think is going to happen? How do you think we're going to feel when there's no water? There's no electricity. You can't go bail your food out of jail. Oh no, you can't go kill no more cows. How are we going to, mentally hell. It's going to be a season of hell for those that didn't want to pick up their for those that didn't want to see the truth. You said line auto. Pull up in the queue. If y'all want to line up, pull up in the queue. But yeah, man, I wanted to hop on here and talk to y'all today. See what y'all mind. Like, Lucas, what up, God? See where y'all mind at, man. It's crazy. We over here praising a white dead man, but we don't give praise and reverence to our reflection. The next black man and black woman look just like you and me, but we don't give honor and reverence to that person. That's you in another form, in a parallel universe. Too Real was good, God. Good to see you too. You said Super Auto. I don't know who that is. But y'all got any questions, man? Any comments? I'm gonna leave this time for y'all to do that. I just want to come on here and talk for a minute, cause I ain't been on here in a minute. You feel me? Auto is cool. Tell him to pull up. Somebody go get him. Somebody go get him. But that's it, y'all. Knowledge is so. We need to ask more questions. We need to become scientists, man. What is the definition of nature? Who knows the definition of nature? Go look it up, y'all. Don't be subjective. I don't want y'all guessing. Go look it up. And I'm gonna give y'all a specific site to go look it up on. It's Merriam-Webster Dictionary. It should be definition 8B or 8A. It's gonna tell you that nature is the controlling, creating force of the entire universe. Nature is the controlling, compelling, creating force of the entire universe. So nature is the control of everything. But watch this. Human beings like to believe, and this is a hell state of mind too. This is a part of the season of God's mind that we are in, which is based in ignorance and based in living in tune with nature. Human beings think that we are not a part of nature. We think that what we are doing is separate from nature. That's crazy. When everything about you is a part of nature. We couldn't even exist without nature. We are the sun in human form. The sun makes our bone, blood, and breath. We need oxygen to breathe. We need trees and water in order for us to get that oxygen. We need other human beings in order for us to love ourselves. We need to be planted on the earth in order for us to stay connected to what is. You see what I'm saying? You said if you're melanated and melanin equals intelligence according to you, then why aren't you already I am a scientist. Look at what the definition of science is. Science is the study and observation of nature. And when you put it at the end of any word, come on now, scientist. I become an observer of nature, because that's what science is, the study and observation of nature. And that's what we are doing. We are God in fractal forms observing itself. So for instance, little monkey, you are God observing God, because we are all God. What school did I get my science degree in? Understand this, reflection. Human beings, especially melanated beings, we are not educated. We don't need to. I went to school. I didn't get a degree or none of that. But melanated beings, we are not educated beings. We don't need to go to school to know who we are. We don't need to go to school to know what we are. No other animal sends its child to school for it to learn what it is. You don't see no bear sending its bear cubs to school for it to know how to climb a tree or to go get food. No, everything watches its subconscious mind and is programmed by its environment. You feel me? We're programmed by our environment. So the information that I have, I've got it from the most honorable prophet, Elijah of the Christ, our higher self. You feel me? God in human form. Our mother's first son in the form of the black man. That's where I got my information from. You feel me? And then I went and did my own due diligence and did my own research. Right? And let me tell you this, because nobody can teach you anything. You're projecting everybody in your reality. I, as a fractal piece of God, I projected Chief into my reality to give me that information, to wake me up to what reality was. You follow me? So it was my intuition. It was intuitive information, genetic information that came from within me. I didn't have to go read a book or go to school to learn none of this. It came from within me. You feel me? I was led and guided to Chief, whom I projected into my reality to wake me up. So I don't have no degree. And having a degree doesn't make you intelligent. Having a degree doesn't make you someone credible to listen to. It doesn't. It doesn't, because guess what? You want to know that one of the leading causes of deaths in America is? It's called iatrogenic illnesses. These are illnesses caused by the misdiagnosis of medical patients by doctors. But these doctors got degrees, nigga. These the same doctors that you worship. These the same doctors that got degrees that you go get prescribed pills and drugs from. Yet they killing human beings. That's not a part of nature. Nothing in nature kills itself. No other species kills itself. You don't see monkeys killing each other. You just don't see it. It's rare. It's rare. I am a doctor. You feel me? A doctor is somebody that can help you heal. I'm somebody that can help you heal. You feel me? And not even heal. Remember. Because we don't say healing no more. We say remembering. Because that's what healing is. We're remembering. You're remembering who you are. You're remembering what you are. You're remembering what this is. That's it. That's what healing is. Healing is for you to remember. For you to go back original. Rewind. Yeah, for you to go back. It's for you to go inward and go back to your original state, to what you once were. You feel me? You said monkeys have wars? Okay. But like I'm saying, that's rare. That's rare. But what I'm saying to you is this. Human beings killing other human beings, human beings imprisoning other human beings, this goes against nature because we're doing it to God. And guess what? Our arms are too short to box with God. God is in control of everything. Nature is in control of all of this. But what are human beings fighting each other for, little monkey? That's what I want to know. What are human beings fighting each other over? Money? Land? What? What are we fighting each other over? We have everything that we need in abundance on this planet. What are we fighting each other for? Tell them Too Real. If y'all mad, y'all can kindly go somewhere else. Y'all can kindly Too Real. We need them in the room, though. I'm glad that they here. They are part of the test. I'm being tested right now. You feel me? I'm being tested right now. Too Real, you got to remember, like Chi teaches us, your opposition is what defines you. You won't know who you are without opposition. If everything was just fine and dandy and I had no opposition, I wouldn't grow. If I had nobody to talk shit to me online and me keep a healthy perspective and be positive in the midst of them saying that and typing that in the comments, I would not grow, and I wouldn't be able to help anybody else in the chat as well. I want to let everybody else in the chat know this as well, because Chief has taught us to protect our minds. Chief has taught us to protect our subconscious mind. Anything that you let go into your five senses, you become one with. So when you reading people comments in the chat or you listening to people say stuff, remember that when you read something or you hear something, you're hearing it or you're reading it in first party. First party. So when you hear me say I love myself, I'm making you say I love myself. So this is a healthy way to combat and rebuke your demons, which are your negative thoughts, negative vibrational thoughts that are projected to you from your mirror, because life is a mirror. So these trolls are mirrors and negative subconscious versions of me, my demons, a part of my chart that are here to show me who I'm not. You feel me? I'm here to overcome that. And this is how you overcome that. You overcome this shit with divine knowledge yourself. You don't have to be nasty to nobody. And that's another reason why I honor my chief so much. I honor God so much, because I don't know if y'all seen Chief talking in the courtroom when they asked him if he had anything else to say after they sentenced him. He said, I forgive y'all. I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. I'm not mad at y'all. I forgive y'all. I'm not mad at y'all. I love y'all. I'm still here. And that's how I feel when it comes to hate. That's how I feel when it comes to negativity. Matter of fact, it takes too much out of you for you to meet somebody on a negative level. So we just gonna be smooth. We're gonna be righteous. We're gonna be positive. That's it. We're gonna be positive. You feel me? Because love always outweighs hate. The light always is going to outshine the darkness. And I understand that I understand this, y'all. People can only perceive you how they perceive themselves. And 95% of the people on this fucking planet don't even know what reality is. They don't know we in a dream. They don't even know that they don't even exist. So how can I be mad at somebody that don't even know what the fuck life is? And this is where compassion and empathy comes in, right? Christ was a Pisces, right? They say Christ was a Pisces. Chief actually got a Venus in Pisces, and his North Node is in Pisces. So Pisces represent compassion and empathy for the collective, for the underdogs, for people who are shunned and who are not acknowledged. I have empathy and compassion for you. No, I was just talking about the energy itself. God is all things. God is everything. God is even the devil in disguise. Everything that you perceive is God. Everything is God interacting and observing itself. Because we live in the mind of the black woman. The black woman, she imagined everything into existence. Everything that you see has been formulated through the mind and the imagination of the black woman. She is the creator. And this is another thing that Chief has came and enlightened us about. We live in a fucking patriarchal society. We live in a patriarchal system. Yeah. Where men rule things. Men are running things, right? But let me tell you something. Go look into nature, right? I told y'all about the definition of nature earlier. The definition of nature, again, is the controlling, creating, compelling force of the entire universe. Now go look into nature and go study nature. The closest animal, we are animals, don't forget, y'all. We are animals too. We're apes. We're actually great apes. We're a part of the hominidae family. These are the ape family that involves gorillas, chimpanzees, bonobo apes. But the closest animal to human beings is called the bonobo ape. The bonobo ape is 98.7% connected to us genetically. Now, if you look into their communities, the bonobo ape communities are ran by a matriarch. It's a matriarchal society. It's not a patriarchal society. It's ran by women. And this is another thing that Chief has enlightened us to. Coming into the golden age, the age of enlightenment, heaven on earth, the woman will be uplifted. You feel me? The feminine energy, the feminine essence will be uplifted on the planet. You feel me? We got everybody out here want to be tough, want to be gangsters, want to be thugs. That's cool. We need that spirit. Keep that energy. But we have to alchemize it and be able to utilize our feminine energy. That's why we in the shit that we in right now, because as men, we have testosterone. That automatically makes us destructive by nature. We want to war. We want to fuck shit up. We want to destroy shit. This is what men want to do. You feel me? Manpower. You feel me? Men want to come through and feel powerful. We want to dominate shit. Right? Now is a time where we're going to have to utilize that in a different way. Right? We have to start becoming more feminine, because all men, every man in this chat right now, in this live right now, you are actually a woman. If you didn't know, you are actually a woman. Update, software update. Yeah, my nigga, you a woman. I'm a woman in the form of a male. I'm an adaptation of what our great grandmother once was. Every man is an adaptation of what once was. You follow me? Your penis is an extended clitoris. Your testicles are ovaries that descended, and the labia formed over it to create the scrotum sac to hold your testicles. We have nipples, just like the woman's breasts. We just don't lactate. We were made in the image and the likeness of a woman. So in this time that we're coming in, we have to become more loving. We have to become more loving, more gentle, more kind, right? Because what? The earth is what? A feminine energy. The earth is our higher self, like Chi teaches us. We have to learn how to live in tune with the earth. We have to learn how to dance and be in flow and in rhythm with what is. So we have to utilize our masculine energy in another form. You feel me? Be your organic self, right? Chi teaches us that in order for you to honor God, the first thing we must do is honor the technologies of our being first. Right? Everybody want to go to church and get on their knees and pass the collection plate, but nobody wants to work on themselves and be whole within themselves. Nobody wants to go inward. And this is what the spiritual path is about. And this is what Chief was showing all of humanity. Chief was showing us what it looked like to go inward and have to deal with your generational curses. And have to do actual shadow work. Affirmations ain't enough. You have to actually go through a simulation. You have to go through certain experiences for you to see your generational curses so that you can overcome those curses. And this is what Chief was showing us. Chief was showing us how to overcome our generational curses in the midst of being in white supremacy. He ain't tell us to go work no job. He ain't tell us to go join the system, because you know how niggas say, if you can't beat them, join them. No. How do you stop cancer? You stop feeding it. You stop giving it your energy. You stop giving it your attention. You stop giving it your power, which is your focus. And white supremacy is very much so a cancer on the planet. And it's not just a person, it's a mentality. So it can be a mentality that take shape and form of in the black woman, in the black man, in the white man, in the white woman, in the Asian man, in the Asian woman. It's just a mentality. And we have to get out of that mentality, y'all. We got to get out of that mentality, y'all. Appreciate the follow, Corey. You too, Lorraine. So, yeah, y'all. Life not what you think it is, man. Life not what you think it is. Life not what it's a dream, y'all. We dreaming. And the dreamer is actually in isolation right now. You feel me? And you want to know what else is funny? And what is very funny is that even in the Bible, everybody hated Jesus. Ask yourself today, if Christ was to return today, how would he be perceived? How would he be treated? How would Christ be treated if he was to return today? Look in the Bible. Christ was hated by everybody. He came with teachings that went against the motherfucking church. He came with teachings that went against the government. Everything that he stood on and was about went against the power and the system that was in place. Nobody liked him. Nobody liked him. But let's fast forward all the way to today. Everybody loves Jesus now. Niggas wearing Jesus' cross. They got Jesus tattooed on their arms, on their face. Jesus on their wall. Jesus everywhere. Everybody loves Jesus. So what the fuck you think about to happen when the real Christ get up out this isolation period? Laugh now. Y'all hate it then, but y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna love Chief now. You wanna know why? Y'all gonna love him because it's gonna be certain events that's gonna happen that's gonna force you to apply some of the information that he has given us. And when you apply it, you're gonna be activated, nigga. You're gonna become woke. You're gonna become aware of what's going on, and you're gonna have no choice but to be grateful and honor the source from which you got the information from. So it's funny how everybody hated Christ in the beginning, but at the end, everybody loved Christ. Peace, Baba. What's going on, Reflection? So this is what's to come, y'all. And they even said in the scripture that God was going to come down with his angels on his glorious throne. And he was going to separate the sheep and separate the goats from each other. He's going to separate the meek from the evil, the chosen from those that do not believe, those that are evildoers, those that think the wrong way. So that's what's to come, y'all. There is no Christ being crucified. There is no God being in prison. Chief is not in prison. Chief is in isolation. He's a guru in a cave right now, going through a phase of isolation for growth, so that he can come out and be acknowledged for his light. Y'all only saw his darkness. Y'all only know people for their darkness. We only see people for their darkness, but what about his light? And if his darkness was that great, then how great do you believe his light is going to be once it's truly shown, once everybody acknowledges it? You say isolated for life? I'm glad that you put that spell on yourself. People stupid. Y'all stupid as fuck. Y'all don't understand that when you type something in the chat, you're typing it to yourself. You got to read it and everything before you press enter. Look how foolish we are. Look how ignorant and unconscious we are. We don't even understand how we treat ourselves. Look how you treating yourself, Dice. You're not talking to me. I understand what's going on. You read that to yourself out loud before you even sent it. And this is how y'all deal with y'all demons, y'all. You feel me? We don't have to be negative. We don't gotta be mean. You just combat it with logic. You combat it with knowledge of self. That's it. Because a demon, right? A demon, which is an entity that doesn't have the right perspective on life, it doesn't live in truth. It doesn't see reality for what it truly is. So you just hit them with some logic. You just hit them with some truth. And they go about their way. That's all. They go about their way. You said where I'm from? Where I'm from? Well, I'm not from anywhere. I'm not from anywhere. You feel me? I'm located within the mind of God. You feel me? I have no beginning or no ending. I'm just is. I'm just here. You said there's only one Lord. There is only one Lord. And that is three God. That is three God. It is. It is. You feel me? It is, man. And I'm so, hey, look, I'm so grateful I know the truth. I'm so grateful that I know the truth. Because, look, say if you died today, and you didn't know the truth, you're going to wake up in a residual reality with the same consciousness that you died with. So if I die today, I'm going to wake up in another reality vibrating on truth. I'm grateful, my chief. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful, mama. And this is something that y'all should be aware of. Like, y'all be talking about YOLO, you only live once. That don't even make sense. Because first off, you're not even alive. You're a computer program. You're a simulated program being streamed and beamed into this reality, right? And when you go to sleep, which is a cousin of death, you take your consciousness with you into every dream, every reality that you go to. You always the same person, no matter what realm you go to, nigga. You the same person. You the same energy. So I'm so glad that I know the truth, and I know what God is. I understand what God is. I understand Christ. I understand the dream. And I'm grateful for that, because if I was to transition today, I would wake up in a reality where I would know truth. And I feel bad for y'all who talking shit in the chat that don't know the truth, because if you was to check out today, damn, first off, you don't even, I'm you. And I'm a repeater for God. So it's like I'm a version of you that's here to help you. And if you was to die today, it's like you just deny God completely. Like, Chief came to give you a message, then Chief sent his disciples to send y'all niggas messages, and y'all just denying all this shit. Don't want to know truth. Want to stay in y'all comfortability. Don't want to change. I understand. You feel me? I understand why the system come through and persecute, especially black men. Because nobody wants to change. Change, when you live in a lie, when that lie is stripped from you, when that illusion is stripped from you, you feel so vulnerable. You feel so vulnerable. You feel asshole naked. You feel me? People don't want to feel vulnerable. People don't want to change. People don't want to be uncomfortable. But that's where growth lies. That's where growth lies. So we're going to have to get used to this shit. Because it's happening anyway. And you see how everybody focuses on negative narratives? I am just talking just to talk, because talking is good for you, especially when you know truth. When you know truth and you don't talk, you can fuck around and go crazy, my nigga. Because first off, it's not to look where I'm at. I'm in isolation. It ain't too many people that I can talk to. It ain't too many people that I can talk to that resonate with what I know. So talking is very good, because I'm a spaceship. My body's a spaceship. I'm a vehicle for God to channel her message through. And just like every vehicle, it has what? A vehicle has an exhaust system, right? A muffler. Your mouth is your way to exhaust or get out energy. A lot of us stressed out and got tension and shit because we don't know how to outlet our energies. We don't know how to direct our energies and outlet it. Talking is a way to outlet your energy. This is your exhaust for your vehicle. So exhaust yourself. Talk as much as you want. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just being me. You feel me? So it's okay to speak, y'all. And it's funny. It's funny because I have an astrological program where I have negative thoughts that make me want to shut up, that make me not want to talk and speak. That was a version of me astrologically that didn't want me to speak. And I see it. I see you. And I'm going to speak my truth no matter what. No matter if my voice shakes, I'm going to speak my truth because I got to live with me. I got to go to sleep with me. I gotta transition with me. You feel me? I gotta be with me, not you. So why do I care about what you think? And this is another thing that Chief teaches us and that God teaches us that we should all be aware of. Fuck how other people think. Now, if it's somebody that you honor and you respect and their opinion validates you, that's a different story. But if it's some random person that don't know what's going on, that don't know truth, that don't know about life, why does their opinion matter? Why does their opinion matter? So yeah, man. Drink y'all water. Make sure y'all drink y'all water. The water, it help purify you. The water, it help keep you pure. It's funny, somebody named Pure Honey came in. What's good with you, Pure? Pure Honey? Moneybag Reed, what's up? But drink your water. You feel me? That water gonna help you purify. But that's the bill for today, man. Y'all put me on y'all put me on a star? That's love. That's love. Let me see what's up with the chat. Shout out to y'all. Jennifer, what's up? Waffles was good, Reflection. And if y'all, like I said, this the Cash App up or the Cash App up here. If y'all want to donate, support the movement. If y'all want to support Chief, if y'all want to get in touch with us, if y'all want to get in touch with Chief, hit me up. I can direct y'all to our Telegram group where we can all connect in real time. You feel me? We can connect with God in real time, not a dead white man that don't exist. You feel me? Look at how delusional we are. Look how delusional we are and how we don't ask questions. We're praising and worshiping a man that doesn't even exist. Yet someone came as a beacon of light to give us truth and we hated him? Damn. Talk about humans thinking that they're separate from nature. Talk about humans going against themselves. Our survival depends on one another. That's why it's called an ecosystem. But Babylon turned it into an economy and put in place money for us to be one with each other. Now we want to be one with the money, which is actually cotton and linen plants that come from nature. Shit crazy. Shit crazy. O'Shea, what up? Lady T, Peace Queen. Lady Memphis, what's good with your Reflection? Miss Cover Girl. Oh, but that's what I was saying, y'all. We coming into a time where we're going to be uplifting the woman. God is a woman. God is the creator. The creator is a woman. We're here to uplift the woman. What does this system do to women? They demean women. Women are demeaned and seen as lesser than in this system because of the Caucasian. And I feel like it got something to do with them niggas having little man syndrome or them niggas feeling like they not measuring up. You feel me? They not measuring up. So they don't know how to treat women. They don't like women. It's like they don't like women because they don't know how to please a woman. But yes, understand. And this, y'all gotta understand this. Chief is building a matriarch, y'all. Chief is building a matriarch, man. Chief is building I don't even want to say platform. Chief is building a way of life and a system for women to be able to come together and feel safe with each other. Because women are not, y'all not safe out here right now. Y'all don't understand how detrimental y'all situations are right now. Y'all don't have nobody protecting y'all. Y'all, you feel me? Y'all think y'all getting money, y'all independent, but y'all not independent. Y'all dependent and working interdependently with the system, which our oppressor. They're not going to save us once nature comes and take her course, because natural disasters will take place that will change things. You feel me? But the Caucasian, the white man, the system is not going to save you, black woman. That money not going to help you. You're going to need your black man. You're going to need the family to come back together. You're going to need your knowledge back. And this is why it's important for us to have divine knowledge itself. This information that Chief has given us, this collective information, this belongs to the black woman. This is her information. This is her wisdom. And it's our duty and job as black men to have this information and embody this information and give this information back to her. This is what you saw Chief doing. Chief was awakening black women and bringing them back together, because black women are endangered species out here, y'all. We don't understand. Black men too. We endangered species out here, because we're going through a cycle of consciousness where we perceive things the wrong way. But we're waking up, like I said. But for sure, this information belongs to the black woman, and Chief was doing just that. He was building something for women to come together. But y'all, you see what the devil do. You see what Babylon do. Y'all motherfuckers living a lie. So you're going to take what's real and take what's true, and you bastardize it, and you turn it, and you flip it upside down, and you make it look like what it's not. That's not what was going on. He wasn't hurting nobody. Nobody was being hurt. But then you have to see the psychology of black women also, because she feels that she can be in cahoots with white supremacy. When things don't go her way and she's triggered, her traumas are triggered through her generational curses, she go and use the white man to destroy her counterpart. And this is the reality that we living in, y'all. This is crazy. And this is why it's important that we start to relearn ourselves and relearn what we are and where we are and who we are, because we can't be in relationships with each other until we be in a relationship with ourselves. We can't love one another until we love ourselves. Like she teaches. Our relationship with each other is our relationship with God. How we treat each other is how we treat God. How we treat the earth is how we treat God. And God is a woman. God, the creator, is a woman. Mama, Mother Lucia. How are we treating our mama? After we came out of our mother's womb, what did she do? Our mother gave us breast milk. She put us on her nipple. We latched onto her nipple and she nourished us. Her touch regulated our nervous system. Her touch regulated our breathing. Her touch allowed us to know and recognize bonding. And then after we no longer needed her sustenance, she gave us to the earth. She gave us to her higher self to continue to finish nurturing us. So the earth has been nurturing us. Mama has been nurturing us all of our lives. And we have been disobedient to her. And we have not been uplifting her. We have not been protecting her, intending to her. And this is why God has come back in the form of the divine masculine through Chief to come as a force, right? You see men, we're built, we're solid. We're built like shields for a reason, because we come to protect and provide. We come to, you feel me, stand guard for Mother Nature and enforce these laws, her laws, enforce our mother's principles, her Mayat laws onto the planet, so that we all can live in tune with our creator. Not he, but she. But I guess we can say he, because she came into the form of him, which is Chief, right? And that's what I was telling you all men, everybody on the planet is female. Everybody on the planet is female. A male is We waking up, y'all. You feel me? We going through cycles of consciousness. This cycle, this time around, we're waking up, right? We're waking up to truth. Now, what you do with the truth, what you do with the message that Chief has given to us says everything about who you are and where you and what type of reality you gonna be living in or existing in. You feel me? The choice is yours, y'all. But reflect the life from the honorable prophet, Eligio to Christ, man. The all-seeing our three, our mother's first son, man. Peace to the gods, y'all. I love myself.